Let me first start by thanking you all for having attended the Build-A-Badge workshop at the Graceland University Spring Faculty Conference. And if you're anything like me, you kind of got into the topic, you thought it was really interesting, you even participated in the workshop, and then when you leave you realize you just forgot several of the steps. And so I thought this would be helpful for those of us that kind of are stepping away from the end of the year for a little bit, trying to regain our sanity a little bit. And in the meantime, when we came back and we're thinking about this again and how it is that we build our badge, we may have forgot a few things, so I just thought I might provide you with just this real quick tutorial link that you all can follow and build your first badge again. So what we're going to look at is how to, again, review how to create a badge. We're going to talk about how to issue a badge and then accept it, and then finally how do we share that. So let's go ahead and get a start on creating that badge. Remember, go ahead and go back to badge.us, or you can use any of the other formats that we looked at, but this is the particular one that we focused on doing during our particular tutorial or workshop on building a badge. So let's go in here. I'm going to create a badge, and so I'm going to go ahead and create one called Presenter. Okay, and again, on the badge us, we can make it real simple. There's two different ways we can do this. We can effectively go into another source and build our own badge, or I can just add my own picture in here. And in this case, I'm just going to try and make it simple. I'm sorry. I'm going to go into Google, and you can see here I just put in the term presenter. It pulled up a bunch of pictures, and I'm just going to save this simple silhouette. So I'm going to save this image. I'm going to save it into my pictures. I'm going to call it Presenter. Okay. So now when I go back in here and I choose that file, hopefully I should have one in here that says Presenter it this way. There it is. So I'm going to plug that in. And the description, I'm going to say you can tell I don't type real well. We participated as a presenter at the GU Spring Faculty Conference. I'm not going to put any tags on it in this particular case. It's not going to be limited to one person at any particular time. I'm not going to accept nominations in this case, therefore the third one won't apply. So I'm going to create the badge. Well, and as you see, I got a muddied blob here, and the reason this happened is because it wasn't a PNG file, but I'm not going to get hung up on that right now. But you can select any other kind of photo that you want. I'm going to go ahead and issue this to myself. Okay, so I created a badge, and now I'm going to issue a badge, and maybe I want to reissue it again. Maybe I want to say something like, thank you for the information. I'm going to issue that to myself. Okay, you can see I just received an email. Right. And this is the key. When you look at this, it's going to say do not reply, so don't, if for some reason you're not getting your emails, you may check your spam filter, or you or don't delete it just because you see the do not reply and think it's just junk mail. But look for that badge us title there. So I'm going to come onto here. Okay. I'm going to see that I effectively awarded this to myself, but I can either delete it or I can share it. So in this case, let's move on to that share function. So I want to go ahead and share it. Okay. In this case, you can see I'm already logged into my Facebook account. I can tell there's my profile picture. I can share this wherever. I'm going to share it on my particular timeline. I'm going to share the link. Come up into my Facebook account. There it is. I was a presenter at Badge Us. I can share this. I can comment on it. In this particular case, we talked about if we're doing this for a student and we have a class Facebook page or anything like that, I might, in order to reinforce it, I as the instructor come in, like it, and say, you know, this workshop was really helpful. You know, I appreciated your participation, and I share that. So I've shared that on there. So effectively, again, we've created a badge, we issued a badge, we accepted that badge, and we shared it. If you want to, real quick, let's case you didn't, pretend that you didn't like, obviously that photo didn't come out very well, and you wanted to create your own badge for Badge Us. We can go into this open badges format. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back into our workshop here. That's the wrong one. Here we are. So in our presentation, I had given you this link here. So let's go ahead and follow that. And sorry, we got a little bit of a delay here. This is where we should have some of that elevator music as we wait for this to download. So here we go. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to build a badge, pick my shape. I'm not going to get too fancy with this right now because it's not that important. I'm not going to choose a inner shape. I'm going to go straight to an icon, or again, I could go back to choose a file. Maybe I really liked that presenter silhouette here. I can move it up and down. Oops. Here. But in this case, it's not fitting too well. So instead, I'm gonna change that to this icon here. I can choose again. I can have a banner on it. Put some text into it. Presenter. Download that badge. Here it is here. So you can see that now before, part of our problem with that silhouette picture was that it wasn't a PNG, and you'll note that this one's already a PNG. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to make a copy of this file. I'm going to call it presenter 2 badge. Make sure I save that in my pictures. Save that again. X out of that page. Okay, let's go back to that Badge Us page. I'm going to go back to my profile. I'm sorry. I can come back to the badges. I'm going to create a new badge. I'll go presenter 2. In this case, I'll choose a new file. And again, I'm not going to make it unique. I'm not going to have it shared. I'm going to create that badge, and there's what it would look like. Okay, so those are the two different functions we can use or build that badge. So I hope all of this was helpful for you. Again, hopefully it showed you real quickly how to create that badge, how to issue badge, accept it, and share it. Remember, you all are the experts. You know how to manage and navigate your classes, and hopefully you talk with your students and figure out what it is that matters to them or what's motivating to them, and you create a badge that works for you. Keep it simple. Make it matter. Don't overuse it. And make sure that, again, that it has that relevance, and I look forward to seeing what you all create. I thank you for your time, and hopefully that was helpful.